It feels like all eyes are on you because all eyes are on you. All eyes are on you. It feels like whenever you get out of the car, it feels like all eyes are on you because all eyes are on you when you get out the car. It feels like whenever you're minding your business in your house, it feels like all eyes are all on you because all eyes are on you when you are minding your business in your house. People monitor you more when you just mind your business. People are monitoring you more, chosen ones, because people were always monitoring you before the pit. Because they always seen potential in you. They always knew that you were him and her. They just hoped that you never realized it. And all these narcissists, all these toxic, jealous family members, all these toxic friends that were always trying to, point out your flaws and point out the bad things and what you need to do in your life. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait until you hit rock bottom to use that as an opportunity to kick you while you were down. And while you were down and they were kicking you while you were down, they were loving it. They were loving it. Like McDonald's, I'm loving it. And they thought that they were going to get away with this. And people are now realizing that not only you cannot be destroyed, but they're also realizing they did not get away with this. Because not only what the devil meant for evil, God turned it around for your good. But God is teaching people a lesson that touch not my anointed one. Do my prophet no harm. When they mess with you, they mess with him. And we all know we can't win against God. The devil himself can't win against God. And that's why we are so powerful as chosen ones, because we realize that once we hold our peace and we resist temptation and we resist the devil, he flees from us. He goes back to the pits of hell. That's why it bothers people that you know that they're monitoring you, but you're not even giving them a reaction. You know when someone is trying to start conflict with you and division with you and confusion with you and drama with you. So you play dumb and you play reverse psychology with these people, and you simply sit back and you don't react. Matter of fact, you actually remove yourself. You're always on the go. You're either always on the go, you're either isolated, but the whole time you know what's going on and you're in your calling and you're in your assignment and you're in your purpose. And God has you doing so many great things that people can't keep up with you. They're getting frustrated. They're losing their mind because they can't predict your next move. They can't predict you, and they try to predict you by thinking that they thought they had you all figured out. They thought that they had you all figured out, and that's why they thought they were going to be able to destroy you while they were kicking you while you were down. But this is what God wanted. As God was turning what the devil meant for evil and he was turning it around from your good, he was just hiding your value. Because God is always working on us every single day. But this is before we had discernment. This is before we realized, the man and the woman in Christ, and before we realized that we were chosen. Before you realize how valuable and how powerful you actually are. How valuable you are. You're actually a diamond. You're the diamond in the rough. How powerful you are. You're actually chosen. You didn't pretend to go to church every Sunday for this. You didn't pretend you were always real. And you made some mistakes along the way. But God knew your heart, and that's why you're so highly anointed. You have so much favor. That's why you were chosen out of all your cousins. They thought they were chosen. You were chosen out of all your siblings. They thought they were chosen. Your own mom was hating on you. I said it. I said what I said. Your own mom was hating on you. Your own dad was hating on you. It got to the point the whole family teamed up to go against you. People literally teamed up to go against one of you. And they still couldn't destroy you. They're still probably right now. You see them monitoring you. They monitor you all day long. They monitor you all day long at work. They monitor you all day long while you're home. They monitor your car all day long to see when you're going to start it up and leave out of the driveway. And they monitor you when you leave the neighborhood and when you come back. They monitor you when you clock in at work and when you clock out and going into the parking lot. They monitor you the whole time on the shift. And you wonder why people always complain at who's getting this many hours and who's getting this, and they arguing over, why you got the raise. The bosses, the managers, they see how you living, you peaceful, you getting blessed. They want to act funny when it comes to, getting paid and giving you a raise. But there's no better promotion than the blessings and the favor from God. Amen. The whole family, they all teamed up to go against you. And the more they teamed up on top of each other, they lost. And it's like they all teamed up and they fell on their face. And you're still standing. You still have faith. You know God is real. You have faith the size of a mustard seed. You have faith like Job. They seen you had everything at some point in your life, and they were loving it when you lost it all. God knew he was going to give you everything back, double, triple. But he was testing you. And he was also testing people around you to see who was going to help. Genuinely help. Not the ones that want to be fake supporters and, they want to help to rub it in your face that they helped you, or not the Indian givers that, they want to give you something just to take it back. No, because when us chosen ones, whenever we actually forgot what we gave and how much we gave, because at the time it was the Holy Spirit and was moving on our heart, and we're always genuine. People feel they feel, the genuineness in your aura, in your presence when they first meet you. Like how you feel the demons on people, how you use your discernment and you see them. They don't realize that you have discernment and you have them all figured out. But what they will see is they will see that you're the light, because they're dark. They're in darkness. And you attract both light and dark. And that's why God made you so strong. That's why you conquered what you conquered. You conquered all these trials and obstacles and tribulations. Amen. But you're more than just a conqueror. You are victorious. You have prosperity over your life. You're prospering. You're special. You're unique. People get jealous of how unique you are. That is exactly why they try to copy you. And they fail at that. And honestly, everybody is beautiful in their own way. But no, they want to copy your swag. And they want to put their name on it like they invented it. Like it's their style. And whenever they did have style in your life, it was because you were probably styling these people. They don't really have any style. A lot of people are not anointed. A lot of people are not genuine. A lot of people, are not authentic. They're not anointed. And they're not authentic, and they don't really have, and they don't have a light aura like you. You also have, a motivational winning spirit about you. Like how people can have stuck and stagnant, complacent spirits. You have a winning spirit about you. When people get around you, the ones that are chosen like you or that mean well and they're positive like you, they're going to support you. They're going to probably, ask you for advice. And they're going to take that advice. They're not going to be jealous that you gave them advice. But as you're in your calling and God is taking you to higher places, it's you're not staying in these people's presence for too long. It's just you give them advice, they accept it, a quick positive conversation, and you're not going to feel drained. You're not going to feel like you ran into an energy vampire. But you get around some energy vampires, you get around some people that have demons on them, they're going to notice that motivational winning spirit about you. They're going to see, they're going to be in darkness, and they're going to see they're in darkness, they're looking for light, and you're really the light that's surrounded by darkness. And it's not just the makeup you wear. It's not the hair you wear. It's not your haircut and the cologne for the chosen men out there. It's your personality. It's your aura. It's light. Every time you speak, it's positivity. You have a motivational winning spirit about you because when you speak, you're giving people advice. You're not preying on people's downfall, like how these people that have negative, dark aura and spirits about them, stuck and stagnant spirits about them, witchcraft spirits about them, always speaking negativity and witchcraft and this bad's going to happen and that bad's going to happen in other people's lives. No, you do the reverse. You're the opposite of dark. You're the light. You're the real light. You're heaven sent. Like on the inside and the outside. And on the inside, speaks out positivity, positive affirmations. You're praying on people. You're praying good on people. I hope you graduate. I hope you get that job. I hope, I hope that marriage works out. I hope that relationship works out. Or they ask you for advice. You give good advice. You ever ask people for advice and God already showed you they weren't for us? And you ask somebody advice, you ask them how your hair look, you ask them how your haircut look. And not that I'm saying that, you should be around yes people, but you ever have somebody that purposely gave you negative advice just to pull you down? Just because they see you positive, having a good day, happy. When people always see you happy, some people make it like their motive to make you miserable, to pull you down like them. So every time they get the opportunity, or you give them the opportunity to come in your life, that's what they do. And when they see that it's not working, it builds up the hate in them. It makes their blood boil. It irritates the demons in them more. That's why it's not good to go back. Not only do we turn to a pillar of salt, but when exes are coming back, when people are coming back, they see that you were not destroyed. They can't destroy you. So they're coming back to finish the job. They're coming back to destroy, that they're going to try to destroy your confidence. They can't stand how confident you are. They can't stand how positive you are. They can't stand how other people love you and admire you and always talk about you. So they want to try to get a way to provoke you and bring out the worst in you to ruin your reputation. And God is protecting your name by having you be separate, reminding you to not go back. The more we go back, the harder it gets to get back to being positive, to get back to being on a higher vibration, a higher frequency. People are in darkness for a reason, because they're living in the world. God says we're in this world, but we're not of it. Us chosen ones, we know what the devil is about. His job is to bring more souls, especially us chosen ones, because he knows that God is using us the most. God was using you in that pit. People thought you wasn't going to make it. They were sent from the enemy to destroy you. That ex, that narcissistic ex, whoever, they were sent to destroy you. Because you were so up, even though you were in that world, and God was going to, teach us some things, but you still didn't deserve that, the way that they did it. And when people get this karma, because see, you were in people's lives, you made people's lives easier. I'm not trying to, wish bad on people's karma, but I feel like us being chosen, it motivates us more. I know me, I learned to I never was a judger. I never judged people. But with us chosen ones, it's like God teaches us fast. Because he expects, he knows who we are by our heart, and he expects the best of us. Because he knows what we're capable of, and he knows you have potential. He knows you have a calling and assignment over your life. He knows the man and the woman that you are. He knows you're not like that. But when I never judge, but, I realize that when you judge someone's situation, you can be in that situation tomorrow. You could be rich today and broke tomorrow. You could be a millionaire, a billionaire today and broke tomorrow. Those are just materialistic things. Just like how when God allowed us, when we're not being obedient, God did not deny, but he delays certain blessings. We can block our blessings just by being around blessing blockers, being around people that don't want the best for you. They only want the worst for you. They only want to bring out the worst in you. They don't want to support you and push you further to your destiny. They don't want to push you further to what God has for you, because that's going to bring out the best in you. And they're sent from the enemy. They're so jealous. They're so envious of you. It's their duty to destroy you. So it's their duty to sabotage you. It's their duty to hinder you. It's their duty to keep you stuck, keep you stagnant, keep you complacent. So they're going to manipulate you, gaslight you, speak witchcraft over your life, to put fear in you so you don't accomplish certain things. And they know that you have all of what it takes to accomplish whatever it is that you put your mind to. So don't let anyone around you that has a small-minded, mediocre mindset, they want to make you feel like you're crazy and make you feel bad for thinking big and dreaming big. Because they think so small. They've been thinking small their whole life. And they see you making so much progress. They've seen you at rock bottom, and now they're witnessing you making so much progress. But it's like you're owing it all to God. You wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for God. And that's why they're monitoring you. You feel like the higher you go, the more people are monitoring you. They are monitoring you. You stop telling yourself that you don't feel what you feel. Especially when you're discerning. Especially when you're focused. And God is like saying to you, great, you're being focused. But he would even show you certain signs. Because again, they're teaming up. They have it out for you still. And the more and more they have it out for you to plot and plan, and the more and more they have it out to destroy you, and the more and more they try to manipulate you and try to put that mask on and be a wolf in sheep clothing, even though you already know that about them. So they're not even fooling anybody, quote unquote. They'll lure you in, manipulate you, tell you what you want to hear, telling you everything but an apology. Like, tell me something that I don't know. It's like a broken record that hasn't been fixed for years. You haven't apologized in years. To try to destroy everything that you and God are creating, are building, are progressing. He prepared you, God prepared you for your purpose, for your prosperity. And you look back at people, and you're not judging, but you look back and you see they haven't changed. They gotten worse. They have it out for you worse. So just imagine, if it wasn't for God stepping in, we would not be where we are right now. They still haven't given up. They haven't stopped. And it seems like they're not going to stop no time soon until the more and more karma they get. It's just like us. It's like you really stop going back. The devil wants you to go back so much, but it's like as I'm even getting higher and higher, and as you're getting higher and higher, and God is giving you everything. God is, you're not, the more and more that you don't go back to what God has rescued you from, you don't go back to people, places, and things that God has rescued you from, because God has just been so good to you. You've been going higher and higher. You have the most peace, the most joy, the most happiness. You're not arguing with it. You don't have a spirit of confusion, so you're not arguing with anybody. People have to lie and said, you said this and you did this. And you're just sitting here praying. You're sitting here, drinking water. You're sitting here fasting, eating fruits, eating vegetables, minding your business, being thankful. You're bearing fresh fruit. Exercising. Strengthening your mind, praying, strengthening, just becoming you're not competing with anybody. You're becoming the best man and woman that you could be. You're accepting and you're trusting, what God is doing in your life. And God's plans to give us a hope in the future. We will have no future. These people, they try taking away our hope by projecting their fears. They don't have any hope. They're hopeless people. And they try to take away your hope. And try to keep us stuck and leave us at a dead end with no future. That's the devil. And then really take you to the lake of fire by having you in jail for the rest of your life somewhere, or in a predicament for not holding your peace, for arguing back and forth with somebody instead of just removing yourself, isolating yourself. When people are really about drama and chaos, leave them where they're at, because they're messing with other people that are about drama and chaos, gossip. And then they're in other people's mess that's in drama and chaos. So all they can do is monitor you, and they're waiting for you to slip up. They're they're waiting for you to slip up. And when God knows the plots and plans are getting heavier, that's when he prepares you more. That's when he isolates you more. That's when he strengthens you more. And he shows you these things. He has you focused more, less distracted more, laser sharp focus more, in your word more, closer with him more. To the points where sometimes, you're not even out on the scenes all the time. I love to travel and go places, but sometimes it's a time and place for everything. When these attacks, the devil can't find anything. He's out. He's out lurking and seeking to devour the chosen ones. Or you go out for what you need to get, but you're not out hanging around, around nobodies either. You're not out hanging around nobodies. You're not out with people, places, and things that's going to lead you to a dead end. That's going to, separate you and distance you farther away from your purpose, from your calling. And people hope that by monitoring you, it'll drive you crazy. They called you crazy. But you're not crazy. You're very much aware of what's going on. You're very much aware of your calling over your life, what's expected of you, and you always do what's expected of you. People hate how you show up. You've been in situations where they thought you weren't going to make it, and the fact that you made it and you showed up and you've won and you're not destroyed, they're monitoring you. And they're wasting their time monitoring you. And while they're monitoring you, it's like they ought to take notes on getting closer with God. These people aren't happy, they're miserable, and they want the same for you. And they're monitoring you because guess what? You're living your best life. You're living your best life even more that you love from a distance because we already have the enemy's attacks. We're already fighting the devil, but God has shown us how to do that. We're already, fighting temptation and being obedient. But people hope that if they monitor you more, or they hate on you more, or they you feel tension on them more, that you're gonna lash out at them. Before they lash out at you, they have lash out spirit. They're filled with confusion. But you're not going to mess up your name. You're not going to give the devil an easy opportunity to mess up your name or an easy opportunity to even come in. You're speaking when spoken to. You're moving in silence. And they're hoping that it'll discourage you. They're hoping that it'll stress you out and unmotivate you. But that's when you work out at the gym more. You start fasting more. You drink more water. You pray more. You read more. You're being ye steadfast more. You're being focused more. You're praying more. And you're ignoring it more. You see it, but you're ignoring it more because the devil, he feeds off of fear. And you don't fear anybody but the Lord.